We all want to feel like we fit in, but worrying what friends and family think of us just makes life plain more stressful. So today, expert advice on how to stop worrying about what other people think and live happy. Therapist Julie Hanks joining us with 6 reasons to worry a little bit less about what others think. And unfortunately, this is easier said than done. Why do we put so much stock into other people's thoughts, ideas, and opinions about our lives?
Well, because we care about other people and we want to be thought of well and we want to be well liked. And so those things aren't bad, but it's when we take it to the extreme and considering what everyone else thinks has more weight than what we think about ourselves or our behavior. That's when it becomes a problem.
And do you find people are really thinking about us as much as we think they are? Yeah.
No one's really thinking about us. That's kind of a hard thing to hear, but people aren't really thinking about you and how you appear. They're thinking about their own challenges and struggles. And so I think that is kind of an interesting twist that people aren't really thinking that much about you anyway.
Right. Short of saying you're not that important.
Right.
You've got several reasons why we should care less about what others think about us, worry less about what others people think about us. What's the first one?
Well, the first one is we can never really know anyway. So you can worry about this, but even if someone tells you what they think of you, you don't know if they're telling the truth. So it's kind of this thing we can never really know. So that's a great reason to give it up, because we're not going to know the truth. We can't mind read.
Is this something you hear from clients all the time, that worry, that concern about other people's opinions?
Yeah, especially among women, because we're so relational, right? But I remember a client who, after social events, she would ruminate and think, oh, what did they think? Did I say something wrong? Oh, I wonder if they, liked what I was wearing. She would just kind of obsess about that. And then I helped her realize, you're not going to know. So you've got to let it go and just be who you are and let that be enough. And it's hard to do.
It is, but you're right. It's a question we'll never answer at the end of the day. So why waste the time on it? Right. When you were younger, you say you had a trick that helped put into perspective and stop the worrying when it came to other people's opinions.
Yeah, the phrase, it's none of my business what other people think of me.
It's none of my business.
So I grew up as a people pleaser, seeking approval quite a bit. And that mantra kind of helped me to go, okay, wait, what do I think? What do I want? That needs to be more important than being motivated by other people's approval. And there's a great author, her name is Byron Katie.
I love her.
Yeah. So she says there are 3 kinds of business in life: your business, other people's business, and God's business. And we create pain for ourselves when we get into other people's business and into God's business. And other people's business would be what they're thinking, how they're feeling, trying to fix their relationships. God's business would be, why do bad things happen in the world? Those kind of, we can't control those things. We can control our business.
Under the umbrella of wanting to live happier and maybe set our spirits free a little bit, does what other people think about us really affect our own happiness anyway?
It does. When we're kids, we seek our parents' approval because we actually need them to survive. And so we want them to think well of us and continue feeding us so we can grow up. But sometimes we have a hard time letting go of that need for approval from those significant people in our lives. And I remember this one moment where my husband and we bought a house without even telling our parents. We didn't take them through it, ask them what they thought. And I stood back and I thought, we're emotionally grown up. The fact that we liked it, we felt good about it, that was all that mattered. And we brought them in after we'd already made the offer and it was accepted. And so that was a good reminder that, you know what? I mean, it's okay to, consider other people's opinions, but that can't be the driving force, especially in those big life decisions. You've
taught us before, and I appreciate this idea that feelings take energy, emotions take energy, so you have to be careful how you allocate those. And when it comes to energy, are we wasting our emotions and energy, so to speak?
Yeah, so worrying about what other people think is draining. And if we can let that go, a good reason to let it go is that it frees up energy for things that we can actually control. So I've worked with a lot of parents in my practice who worry about what other people think. Say their child is acting out in public and it's embarrassing and they're throwing a fit. And actually, you know, when you let go of what other people think, it frees you up to actually be a better parent in that moment, or to gain the parenting skills you need to manage your child's misbehavior. So rather than worrying about it, just do something about it, invest in something that actually makes a difference.
And I would imagine when you're ruminating in that worry, you actually can lose yourself, a piece of your spirit, a piece of your identity.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And so that's another reason why it's good to worry less, is when you link your self-worth to someone else's approval, you lose control of your self-worth. And I remember working with a couple where the husband had been unfaithful, and so the wife was really seeking his approval and, like, you know, trying to prove why the marriage was worth it, and it actually pushed the husband away because that needs to come from her and from all of us, that we're good enough.
Good perspective, Julie, as always. And Julie offers that same perspective to clients at your clinic. Tell us where we can get in touch with you for your practice.
WasatchFamilyTherapy.com.
And exciting news for you.
Yes, I have my own radio show.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The Julie Hanks Show. So if you have any questions, go to my website and you can ask questions on the air.
We'll look for that. Julie, thank you so much. Well, that will do it for us here on Studio 5. Thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.